Have you ever wondered why some people are more successful than others? Why some people earn more money, are happier, have better jobs, better relationships, better health, and seem to get far more out of life? And you know something? I have found that this is one of the most studied subjects in the world, that there's more information available on it today than has ever been available before, and that today we can say with complete confidence that success is as predictable as the sun rising in the east and setting in the west. Today you can be more successful faster than you ever dreamed possible if you will do two basic things. Number one, make a decision to exceed all your previous levels of accomplishment. Make a decision to be successful and to achieve your goals, whatever you construe them to be. And number two, learn how. Now the interesting thing is, the tragedy is the great majority of men and women today achieve so little. On a score of 1 to 10 in terms of human potential, the average person is functioning at far, far below what they're capable of. On a score of 1 to 10, the average person is scoring perhaps 2 or 3 on most of these scales. 84% of people working today are underemployed in that their jobs do not fully tax their abilities and their potential. We've also found that the great majority of people in our society, after a lifetime of well-paid work, retire broke. They retire poor, they retire on pensions. Only 1% become wealthy. The number one reason is that we come into this world without an instruction manual. You can go through your entire education and never be taught anything about success. I personally believe that there should be a course on success in every single grade level, in every single school, in every single college and university. We come into the world like a computer. If you can imagine a computer, imagine that you bought this beautiful, sophisticated computer and you took it home. And you took it out of the box and you set it up, but you had no instruction manual. That you had to figure out how to work out this computer all by yourself. Your mind is what makes you unique. Your body simply carries your mind around. Now, control begins with, first of all, your thoughts. What you think about things and how you think determines your values. It determines what is going on inside you. Once they are stored away, your thoughts determine your feelings. The law of accident simply says that by failing to plan, you're planning to fail. Failing to plan is planning to fail. A person with no central plan is a person who has very little control. Is a person who feels that in fact they are out of control of their lives, like they're falling through space with no place to stop. And these people are invariably unhappy. The reason why people are negative today, the reason why people are unhappy, the reason why people are sick and frustrated, the reason why people underachieve in life is most of them are living by this law of accident. And in so doing, they have no sense of control over their lives, they have no sense of inner peace, they have no sense of happiness, and so on. So the next law is what is called the law of cause and effect. Everything that happens in the universe happens for a reason, that nothing happens by accident, that failure does not happen by accident and success does not happen by accident, that happiness or lack of happiness are a result of cause and effect relationships. That if you have an effect in your life that you want to have more of, more success, more money, more happiness, better health, you can trace it back to a cause. And what you do is you repeat and duplicate the cause. If you have an effect in your life that you want to have less of, if you have problems, difficulties, and so on, you can also trace that back to a cause. All progress in human life and human society stems back from identifying the causes of what we want more of or less of and changing the causes. The most important application of the law of cause and effect is this. It is that thoughts are causes. Thoughts are causes and conditions are effects. The starting point of everything is your thoughts about something. It's your thoughts about a job, your thoughts about a relationship, your thoughts about your health, your thoughts about your future. Your thoughts become causative agents, the conditions become the effects. But if you wish to change any of the conditions of your life, you have to change the thoughts that precede those conditions. You have to change what is going on in your mind. Now, wonderfully enough, there's only one thing in the whole universe over which you have complete control, and that is your thoughts. So if you take full and complete control over your thoughts and keep your thoughts on what it is you want, make them positive causes, the conditions or effects will take care of themselves with the inexorability of a law of nature. Now the next law is what is called the law of belief. The law of belief simply says that whatever you believe with feeling, and this is the key, with feeling, and the more emotion you put into a belief, becomes your reality. our beliefs do form our realities. To the degree to which we believe anything to be true, we do not see opportunities if we are convinced that there are no opportunities. We do not see possibilities for success if we don't believe that success is possible for us. However, if we begin to change our beliefs, we begin to change our realities. The next law is what is called the law of expectations. Now, the law of expectations is a law that has been talked about throughout all of human history. Just like in the law of belief, William James of Harvard said, belief creates the actual fact. As a man thinketh in his heart, or as he believeth, so is he. The law of expectations over and over says, what you expect, you get. You get not what you want, but what you expect. That your expectations, especially your expectations about outcomes, how you think things are going to turn out, become your own self-fulfilling prophecies. Whatever you expect with confidence. In other words, if you confidently expect good things to happen, surprise, surprise, good things happen to you. If you confidently expect negative things to happen, then negative things are going to happen to you. That most successful people have developed an attitude of confidently expecting good things to happen. It's called the attitude of positive self-expectancy. It is the attitude of the winner. The winner looks for good things to happen. The winner expects to win in advance, and lo and behold, whatever you expect with confidence tends to come true, even if the information upon which your expectations is based is totally false.